You know that feeling when you look in the mirror, and for just a split second, you don't quite recognize the person looking back? Well, it turns out we're doing that all the time online. We're going to dive into how that digital reflection we create isn't just a picture, it's actually changing who we are.
So let's just start with a really simple personal question. Think about your profile picture right now. You know, the one with the perfect lighting, the great angle, the practiced smile. Is that you, or is it a carefully designed version of you built for everyone else to see? This one question, it gets right to the heart of how technology is reshaping our sense of self.
Because let's be honest, every post, every photo, every single word in our bio is an act of curation. It's like we're the directors of a museum all about ourselves. We pick the best exhibits, polish them up, and put them on display in the grand gallery of me. We've gone way beyond just living our lives. Now we're actively designing how they're seen.
But here's the thing. This curation isn't happening in a bubble. The tools we use, our phones, our apps, they're not just passive platforms. They're active players in this whole game. And that brings us to our first big idea, the mirror that edits. We're going to look at how the very silicon in our hands is helping to shape who we become.
It's so easy to think of our phones and laptops as just windows, right? They're these passive portals we look through to see the world. But what if that's the wrong metaphor entirely? What if they're not windows at all? What if they're actually mirrors? And even crazier, what if they're mirrors that can edit the reflection in real time?
And that's the central idea we're digging into today, the digital mirror. It's this concept where technology doesn't just show us our identity, it actively reshapes it. With every like, every comment, every share, it's providing feedback, it's listening, it's responding, and it's subtly tweaking how we see ourselves.
This quote just nails it perfectly. Our tech has this dual role. It's a reflection, sure, it shows us a version of ourselves, but it's also a catalyst. It literally sparks change in our real-world character. So it's not just a passive piece of glass, it's an active engine for personal change.
So, if this mirror is also an engine, what does that do to the reflection it's showing us? Well, things can get a little warped. And this leads us to what some might call a warped reflection, this growing divide between the two selves we all seem to inhabit these days.
This table just lays it out so clearly. Look at the offline self on the left. We're messy, we're complex, contradictory, spontaneous, human. We experience vulnerability, but then look at our online self. That self is curated to be perfectly coherent. It's polished. It always projects strength. It doesn't just exist, it performs for an audience.
And this is where the real pressure starts to build. We're constantly trying to manage these two different people, the authentic,